Kia India has stepped up its game. It has launched 2 products at the luxury end of the market. And also joining Kia India for this new beginning is Mr. Gwanggu Lee, the new managing director of Kia India. Mr. Lee, congratulations, your first event with these 2 models. Just want to get straight into both the EV9 and the Carnival, both at the top end, especially the EV9. In fact, it's priced quite expensive alongside some German luxury EVs. What are your expectations? Because it's in a way a test of the brand also. I know you've got the technology, but people also buy on the badge value. So just wanted your thoughts on that. What are your expectations for both these models?
So as you know that is Kia is in the area of the IC model is a follower. But now we said all this automotive industry is now changing to this electrification. In this change, Kia One is first mover. So that's why so we have launched the EV9, which is equipped to globally so well known to the technology, and then set to this standard of this the Indian electrification. It's not a matter of this number of the sales. We want to show that Kia is now leading brand in the global market and set a standard in terms of the electrification.
So what you're saying is it's not so much about the Kia brand, but the technology you all are bringing that deserves this price. That's basically what it is?
Absolutely. Then to moving to the electrification, there are so many different technology. But surely EGMP, so we are now developed this technology is that one of the leading technology in the global market. So EV9 is with this EGMP is now surely proved that there's a high level of the quality in terms of electrification. This is what we have to proud of.
Right. And looking at the Carnival, again an import, but obviously much not as expensive. It's ICE and not too much competition if you look at it. You've just got the Wellfire over there. Bookings have been pretty impressive, 3,000 bookings even before the launch. Isn't there a case already to have some sort of local assembly of this model like you did with the earlier one? Because the volumes seem to be pretty good, and with local assembly, you might be able to price a bit more competitively and get more volume as well.
So I want to correct the one thing is that this Carnival is partially assembled in India.
Okay.
We already started.
Right.
So based on the demand, we will increase the localization, and it means that we are ready to afford the price better in the market. So depends on this our sales development. But surely today we can see the very positive the number of the sales of the Carnival booking number. So I believe that Kia will continue the localization of this model.
So what you're saying is it's very partially localized, maybe SKD, so you could move more to a CKD, let's say, a level of localization to get a lower duty as well.
Yes, sure, absolutely. We will continue to do that.
Right. And what are the sort of any volume expectations for the Carnival? Because, you've done quite well with the last one as well.
As a management of Kia India, as much as possible.
Right.
So depends on this demand. Of course, we will, it's a fast improvement of this kind of the localization.
Right. And, launching these high-end vehicles, is it also to position Kia as a more upmarket brand? Maybe even more upmarket than your sibling. Is that also one of the strategies of bringing in these products just from a brand positioning point of view?
So as I presented today, all the Kia 2.0, even this technology will be applied to the mass product for the next future models. It is not only the stuff in the high premium model. It will be applied to the also mass product, and also this kind of technology will be provided to the also the normal just for the Indian people.
Right. And just looking at Kia, 5 years you've had a good run, but sales seem to have flattened. They've not really jumped. I mean, last few months have been pretty good. You've seen growth over there. What is the next phase of growth for Kia, and what can we expect till the end of the decade, 2030?
Today we announced the Kia 2.0. It means that we already prepared the next phase of the growth, Kia India growth. It means that the time for us to replace the current model with a new product. It means that, of course, all new product with all new technology. It means that for the next 5 years, we are also ready to the leap into this another jump.
So what sort of volumes can we expect, and what's your kind of projection for that?
So we are planning to have a 400,000 unit until 2030. This is our next stage of of development.
Right, and obviously there'll be more mass models in that. Can we also look at a mass market EV, because clearly electrification is important, cafe is important, so really electrification for that volume, you'll need some mass market EVs just to meet your cafe requirements.
So actually, as one of the player in this playground, and we have to very carefully to watching what's going on in this Indian market. Of course, we are prepared some other action to react to this kind of a movement.
Right, so you're smiling over there, so clearly one can expect a very attractive, affordable mass EV in the future.
Sure, absolutely.
Right, okay. And, just looking at the way the EV market is shaping up, do you think companies now need to have some flexibility between ICE and EV? Earlier everyone was just looking the EV route, thinking that is the ultimate goal. How long do you think in India, what is your view on ICE versus EV? Because clearly ICE has a lot of, let's say, life left in it over here.
I think it's electrification. It highly depends on the government direction. So I think now it's in the government is very strongly the push that this kind of electrification. So I believe that is very, very positive it's a movement. So as a player in this market, and we also very carefully to follow this kind of direction. But of course, it's a market sometimes is changed a different way. So as a player, we also watching very carefully what's going on really in the market. And we have to adjust ourselves in the right manner.
Right. And what we are seeing in the market is that hybrids are getting a lot of volume, even without any government subsidy. So, if there's government subsidy, it would be more. What is your view on the potential of hybrids? I know you have a small hybrid also. You're working on a 1.2 hybrid as well, which would fit over here. Is there any thought on hybrid? I mean, do you think it's a matter of time before Kia brings one, maybe in the next 2-3 years?
Actually, you know that this Kia has technology in terms of the hybrid. So actually, it depends on the market change. Now we saw that there's some big adaptation of the hybrid models. So we are very carefully studied to introduce the hybrid in Indian market. But to match with this local production, and then is to take time. We are very carefully study on that.
So do you think cost is still a big challenge, even though the market is still there? Because it's like two powertrains, literally.
Yes, sometimes it's very tough, but so we have to survive. But basically, we will provide the best productability and also service to our Indian customer. This is our goal, and we will continue to meet this our goal.
Right. And, I just want to look at, you talked about 400,000 units. So clearly, you'll have to flesh out your model range. Where do we see the gaps in your model range? Clearly, there's one between Sonet and Seltos. I mean, we could see something there. Could we see something above Sonet, maybe, let's say, above Seltos, 7-seater SUVs, maybe, Sportage, Sorento, these sort of models? I mean, what do you think needs to be done to flesh out your range to kind of, get you even more volume?
That was my task. Because when we launched the Seltos in India, there was no segment, no market. But with the new product, it's also continue to develop this market. And then now most of our competitors joined this segment. And then we are still very carefully study where we have to put new product portfolio. Then now a new market is also developed. And then we also very positively to managing ourselves to adapt to this market.
Right.
This adaptability is very important.
No, but without saying what you're doing, where do you see some opportunities and gaps in the market?
As you know that the SUV market is, I think, the biggest in the opportunity, and we still consider this opportunity utilized for our new product portfolio.
So all future models will be SUVs?
For Kia?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
You won't be looking at any other body styles, maybe later on if the market evolves?
No, we have defined the Kia in India as a leading the RB brand.
RV brand, yeah, SUV and RV. Like you've got the Karens and the Carnival and things like that. So no other body style at all.
No.
Right. Okay. Good. That's a very firm. And just a last question. In terms of your next phase of growth, I mean, you've got some good. We've seen a big jump in volumes right now. I mean, you've done well in the last few months. I mean, what do you attribute that to? Especially the last month. You were flat at around 20,000 units a month, but now we see some more of a pickup. I mean, what is the roadmap? What are your expectations in the next for the next year?
So we expected until this year to the plan number, because we have to utilize the also current product portfolio. So as we unveil this new product next year, and then we also consider another product portfolio development, and then replacement of our product in the portfolio, and also increase of our network is a very important element to support our volume growth.
Right.
Yes. And also another channel in it's a fleet or in a commercial area. It's one of the key opportunity because thanks to this Indian economic growth, I think so we can see there's a new potential customer in this commercial area. Okay.
So you're looking at getting into the fleet segment as well.
That's right. Yes.
Right. So that would be next year.
Yes.
Right. And so just last few questions. So what you're saying is that this year is flat, but next year with AY and other models and all, you see a big jump in growth and a refresh of your existing models.
Yes.
So a big jump next year, is that what you're aiming at? I mean, how much would you hope to grow?
But this is a very early time for us to set up this next year plan. But anyhow, so we will increase at least the 2-digit.
2-digit growth next year. Great. And absolutely last question, the state of the Indian market, obviously, what is your sense of it? Has it flattened out? Because, we had a high growth, and now the growth over a very high base is more challenging. What is your view of the overall Indian market?
It's very good question. Also because I have the same question as you like. Because the pure demand based on the customer's reservation, and then still very flat. And then it's still Indian economy will grow, but passenger car segment will follow this kind of growth. And then it is still, the figure itself is not confirmed. So we'll watch what's going on. We'll very carefully monitoring the market development. The two-wheeler is okay. I'm very confident on this kind of development further. But it's a four-wheeler is that depends on some new segment application like a SUV. But general market is that depends on the market development. But we'll very carefully monitor on that.
Right. Congratulations and thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.